Hi guys, good morning. Sorry I didn't have this video up earlier. We had a bunch of teacher meetings this morning, so I'm just gonna put this up a little bit later on Monday. So we're gonna talk today about what you guys are gonna be doing on Monday and Tuesday. Thank you to everybody who already checked in and did their attendance for this morning. I just wanted to check in with you and see how you're doing, and if there is anything going on that is keeping you from being able to do the assignments, just let me know on that Google form. I just wanna make sure that all of you have all the assignments, you know what you're supposed to do, and it's hard for me to tell how all 210 of you are doing. So this Google form just helps me to keep track of how you guys are doing. Real quickly as well, your parents should have received a document from Arcadia Unified, and this is what it says about grading right now. So students are expected to engage in assignments to the best of their ability in consideration of differing needs in the current situation. Evaluation and grading of assignments will serve to improve student grades and/or movement toward proficiency from the time of school closure. So you do have Chromebooks, you do have Wi-Fi, so you should be checking Google Classroom every day and attempting to do the assignments. If there's something that is really difficult for you and you tried to do it and you just really struggled with it, then just leave that part blank. Like, do what you can do, practice what you can practice, and if there's something that it just feels way too hard, then just leave that blank or give it your best shot. I can tell you that no teachers are looking for your mistakes right now. We're not looking for your weaknesses. We are just excited when you do something, and we're excited to see you trying. So that is what we're looking for. We just want to see you practicing these skills. We're really just looking for effort. So make sure you're putting in some effort and just communicating with us, because we do get worried when you don't communicate with us. So anyways, you did the check-in. Then today we are starting a unit on poetry, and I found this poem that I think is really relevant to the time that we are in. So it's called There Will Come Soft Rains by Sarah Teasdale. I just assigned it to you on a website called commonlit.org. I don't think that we have used that yet this year. So I just made you all an account and I just added the assignment. Again, doing the questions and stuff is not the most important thing. I'm not worried about you getting all of the questions right, but the questions are helpful because they just help you to think about the poem. So go through those questions just to see if you can answer them and see if they help you understand the poem itself. So I am going to read it out loud to you, and you should read it out loud to yourself as well. That's one of the things that really brings poetry to life. And this is a poem that Sarah Teasdale wrote right after World War I, which was also this, huge global emergency. And even though it's a really different situation, we can kind of understand that a little bit better now when practically everybody on Earth is just facing the consequences of something that's happening to everybody all at once. So here is the poem. There will come soft rains and the smell of the ground, and swallows circling with their shimmering sound, and frogs in the pool singing at night, and wild plum trees in tremulous white. Robins will wear their feathery fire, whistling their whims on a low fence wire. And not one will know of the war, not one will care at last when it is done. Not one would mind, neither bird nor tree, if mankind perished utterly. And spring herself, when she awoke at dawn, would scarcely know that we were gone. So this poem hits different during a quarantine. So I want you to just go through the questions to help you think through this poem. We're gonna stay on this poem for a little while. We're gonna move through it kind of slowly just so we can really think about it and really study it. So that's what you're doing for Monday. I'm gonna go ahead and give you the instructions for Tuesday, but I'm not gonna post the resources until tomorrow. I don't want you to have to think about this too much until then, but I'm gonna be sharing with you some Google Slides that help you work through a poem. And we're using the acronym READ. So R is read it, E is eat it, A is analyze it, and D is decorate it. So the first page of the slides has a full example using a really famous poem called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. You'll see that there's check marks on the top. So when they read it, ate it, analyzed it, and decorated it. There are also different colors on the top for 5 different senses. taste, sight, smell, hearing, and touch. So for Tuesday, what you're going to do is read it and eat it. So once you've read it to yourself, on the third slide, you're gonna take the little check mark and move it into the first box, because that means you have read it. Now you are also going to eat it. So that means you are going to explore the imagery. So you're using those 5 colors to look at all of the imagery in this poem. So if there's anything that relates to taste, you're gonna highlight it and make it purple. You see the little tongue is purple. If there's anything that is visual, you're going to highlight it in green. If there's anything that relates to scent, you're gonna highlight it in yellow. Anything that relates to hearing, you're gonna highlight it in blue. And then anything that relates to touch, you're gonna highlight that in red. And that is all for Tuesday, so don't worry about doing anything else. On Wednesday, we will move on to analyzing and decorating, and I'll explain those a little bit more for you on Wednesday, so don't worry about that for now. If you have any questions, just send me an email or post it on Google Classroom. You can see our week at a glance schedule, and then I also reposted the daily slides so that you can find those easily. So hopefully that makes things a little bit more understandable for you. And I hope you really like this poem. I feel like it's a really powerful message for right now. Okay, I will see you in our Zoom meeting tomorrow at 11, and we can go over this poetry analysis stuff a little bit more there. So I will see you then. Bye guys.